Shalom, shalom. This is Priest and Officer of 1,000 Rakar. Y'all hit you up out of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. And we hit the streets. We hit the streets of Boston talking to the people, trying to figure out what they about. You know what I'm saying? Asking them questions about World War III. Asking them questions about Christmas. Asking them questions about the immigration crisis. And we got answers, y'all. The people talked, and we're going to let the people talk.
Stop playing. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing. We outside Boston, baby. All right. Shalom Israel. I'm Priest Notes of 5,000. Shalayala, representing the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And today I'm here with
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying? You already know we are in Boston, Massachusetts right now, representing, you know what I'm saying? So we got a couple of questions. We're going to ask a good brother right here, very solid brother, you know what I'm saying? Very knowledgeable. So we're going to ask him a few questions real quick. Let me ask you a question. The first question is, do you think Christmas is beneficial for our people?
Nah, definitely not. I mean, it really is. Christmas is just to make the white man more money. So I ain't really celebrated too much. Even when I was a kid, my mom always told me, like, Santa's not real. I knew that since I was like 4 years old. So, you know, I never really celebrated Christmas, for real, for real.
Right. That's understandable. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for your feedback on that, because a lot of our brothers and sisters, they are surrounded with this Christmas spirit. You understand?
Word.
All right. So, I mean, have you been surrounded with it or?
Nah, yeah. Before my mom was Muslim, she was Christian, but she didn't really feel like the love was there when she went to Christian churches and all that. So, like, when I was like 8, she started taking me to the mosque and shit like that, and different churches, different mosques. Now she's like a Muslim Christian, which is like they believe in the Muslim, and they believe like Jesus was a prophet, but he's not God type thing. So, you know, that's just a little bit of what I know on that right there.
Okay.
Sure.
Understandable. Now, the second question is this: how do you feel about the immigrants or the so-called immigrants that's coming from South America, Central America, come over to America, and they're looking for asylum? You know, they're looking for protection from the political problems they have, and the violence, and this hunger, and everything. How do you feel about them coming to America and getting certain benefits, and getting certain shelter, and getting certain help? How do you feel about that? Is that okay, or is not okay? How do you feel about that?
To me, I feel like it's okay, but you know, there's a way to look at it because America's not great. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, I feel like it's good because you know my people's they from Honduras, like you know. So if they need like to come here to better their life in situations like that, I support it. But you come in here to like you know think you're gonna get a different vibe or a different setup. I don't think it's a good idea, you know, because wherever you go, there's always going to be some type of like stipulations and struggles and stuff like that. So
Right. Understand. So America is not the place that everybody.
Yeah, it's not the ideal place. You would like. For me, it's not the ideal place. I would want to set up shop. You know, come take my people's. Like when I got a family and all that, I would want to move out of America because you know stuff is a lot cheaper. You know, stuff like that. And they're going crazy on housing. Like housing isn't as affordable as it used to be. So yeah, for sure, I would definitely like you know move out of America. So,
Understandable. Now that was a good answer too. You know what I'm saying? One more. Now, in the midst of the news, that's what's going on.
yeah.
You see that you have Russia going into Ukraine, and you know all this war going on. Do you feel like America is going into a World War III? And if they are going to World War III, are you prepared for it? And if so, how?
Well, freaking I feel like it could come to that because our presidents hasn't been as strong like lately. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not as like they're not what I don't know what I want to say. They're not like all the way there yet for me. Like you know, like I see things that could change and I see things that could change and they don't really seem to be changing, especially for our people. So I feel like yeah, they can definitely come to that for sure. And would I be ready for it? Nah, for sure I'm ready for it. You know, that's this type of the life I live. Like I live in a struggle, I live in a ghetto or whatever. So, you know, there's always like something around the corner that you gotta wait for and be prepared for. So it's either get ready or get left. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Right.
For sure.
Right. Absolutely. Look, we appreciate your time. You know what I'm saying? Look, give the people your Instagram, anything you want to, shout out there, please give it to the people real quick.
I bet you can follow me on IG, I.S.U.P.K 22, I.S.U.P.K 22. Yeah, that's it.
All right, most on Christ. Listen.
Hey, Shalom, Lord in Christ, Priest and Officer Rakab. We out here in South Bay, and I'm here with this sister,
Megan.
Megan. Okay. Now, Megan, I got a few questions for you. One being is, do you think celebrating Christmas is beneficial to the Black community as a whole?
That's a hard question because the Black community is not. We're not. What's the word? We're not like a monolith. So it depends on where you are in your life and what Christmas means to you and what you actually get from it. So I can't speak for the Black community.
Okay.
I am a thread in the tapestry. I'm not the whole thing.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. And how do you feel about what Boston feels like is an immigration problem? How do you feel about that? Do you think that immigration is a problem in Boston?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
I mean, I'm a first generation American, so like my family was born in Jamaica. I'm the first one to be like born and raised in America.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to see like immigration as a problem. That would kind of be like forcing myself to see myself as a problem.
That's right.
And I'm here contributing to the community and doing good, so I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. That's excellent. Good answer. So last question. Now, you're familiar with the tensions that are going on in the Middle East right now, right? You know what I'm saying? As far as Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, Hezbollah, all of those militant groups. You're familiar with that, right? Okay. Now, with that being said, it's World War III is definitely something that is not unrealistic right now. Like, you know what I mean? We're definitely on the brink of World War III with all of the tensions that are going on in the Middle East. So with that being said, right, are you prepared for World War III if it happens?
I mean, I don't think anybody could be.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, like you're basically asking, like, am I prepared for my life to change catastrophically? No.
Yeah. Okay. No sweat. All right. That's it. That's all I had to ask you, sister. I appreciate your time, though. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure. Shalom. Lord in Christ, preaching officer with I.S.U.P.K, Boston. I'm here with this brother. What's your name?
My name is Lenwood.
Landwood.
Yeah.
So, brother, few questions, right? The first question I'm gonna ask you is, do you think that World War III is inevitable at this point?
Yes, I do.
Okay, tell me about why you think that.
Because America's starting too many wars they can't finish. And I feel like they're opening doors to too many people, too many immigrants and stuff, letting them all in the U.S. like with no regulation and stuff on what they're doing or what they could be planning. Like there's balloons in the air, like from China. Like they're obviously all planning something, sending something from other countries to, come attack us. It's just about when.
Yeah.
Where.
So the immigrants that you're talking about, can you specify them for me?
Any really.
Ukrainians.
Yup, Ukrainians. They could be plotting on us too.
Yeah.
Ukrainians, like they all let them in, like give them a home and stuff. But who's to tell you, like they can't be plotting on us with Russia?
Right. Right. Okay. All right. That's understandable. So now, if World War III, when World War III happens, what do you think that you need to do to prepare?
Stay protected. You feel me?
How?
With faith in God.
Okay.
And probably some artillery.
Okay. All right. And if I could, what's your religious denomination?
Well, I'll probably say I'm Christian, but I haven't been to church in a while. Right.
Okay.
I mean, I like all the religions. Like I don't really like saying really I'm a part of one, but mainly I grew up with Christians and stuff.
So in a Christian church, do they teach you about Armageddon?
Nah.
The end of the world? They don't teach you about that?
A little bit. I mean, they're saying it could be a possibility, but like not really much. Like it's not really like talked about.
Oh, okay. So in your church that you attend, they haven't really done it. They haven't really gave you a blueprint as to what you should do if World War III actually happens.
Right.
Okay, that's understandable. Okay. Okay. So you said put your faith in God and stock up on some artillery. I hear that, brother. You know what I'm saying? You got anything else you want to add?
No, thank
If
you.
you feel free, go ahead. Get down. There ain't no wrong answers. Come on with it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at
Just
nothing
stay
you said.
woke, stay protected,
Yeah.
keep your eyes open. Everything's not what it seems on the news and the media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Damn
I
right.
feel like there's something coming. We don't know what, but we gotta stay prepared.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Damn right. You know what I'm saying? With that, brother, I appreciate your time, man.
Real quick, my name is Priest and Officer YAHANNA. I represent the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander YAHANNA. And right now I'm with
Concept.
Concept.
Baloo.
Concept.
Baloo, the concept.
Concept, Baloo, Concept. You understand what's
If you
going
read
on?
the Jungle Book, you would know who Baloo is.
All right, well, listen. Are you listening out there? Pay attention to what he's talking about. You understand? So, I got a few quick questions. Now, do you think Christmas is beneficial for the so-called Black and Hispanic community?
Well, you have to understand that Christmas is a concept that they kind of not force you, but they want you to throw back into the world. You know what I mean? They want you to throw back into the world, so the money is like constant. You know what I mean? So, there's not many times that they ask you to, maybe 4th of July, it's not as big as, what I mean? But Christmas is a thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like you got to buy presents. But, yeah, it's your understanding. Sometimes you can walk in there without a present. It's just your presence.
Mm.
Your presence is a present.
Okay.
It's true that.
Understandable. Now, I got 2 more questions, if you don't mind me asking you. All right, so the second question is, do you feel like World War III is upon us? And if it is, are you prepared for it? And how are you prepared for it?
World War III.
Say it again?
There is no World War III. There's not going to be a World War III. No. Maybe they might take it through the internet and the concepts, but it's not a world war. It's different. They sneaking around.
Okay.
They sneaking around. Shit, the Russians are like, hey, listen, the Asians and shit got all the money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So what about America? Are you kidding me? America's thinking about itself.
Right.
Because that's what America does.
Right.
If you can't do, you can't give to nobody else.
Right.
It's true, man. It's fact, man. Sometimes you gotta, you know what I mean?
Gotta move around a little bit.
I mean? Yeah.
Okay, understandable. Last question. This is the last question, y'all. Now, in regards to the so-called immigrant crisis that's going on, where there are a lot of brothers and sisters from South America, Central America, and other places that's coming to America.
Wasn't it?
I mean, it might have been yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But
Yesterday's news.
it might have been. But how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? Even though being yesterday's news, how do you feel about it? I mean, should they seek asylum or should they go back to where they come from?
You know what? I can't really tell you about that because, my mother and my father were American citizens. You know what I mean? So when we got here and shit, when they came back here and shit, you know what I mean? They already had our status. Status is a very important thing. They already had our status. You know what I mean? So I couldn't really tell you, because I know a lot of people from South America and all that, and nobody's ever complained about it. Right. You know what I mean? So, like, what can I tell you?
Right. I can understand that. Absolutely. Listen, thank you for your time. We really appreciate you.
Baloo, the concept.
What? Say it again.
Baloo, the concept.
No, do you have a Instagram? Anything you want everybody to follow you at? Or?
Facebook.
Facebook? Is that where they follow you at?
No.
What's the
Ray
Facebook?
Senna.
Ray Senna?
RAYSENA. You'll see it because you're gonna see all the drawings and shit on it. I'm an artist.
Right. But there you go. You know what I'm saying? Listen, respect my brother out here. You know what I'm saying? He's representing. I'm pretty sure of 5,000 SHALAM, representing Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We say Shalom, y'all. Take it easy. Hey, Shalom, Israel. I'm pretty sure of 5,000 SHALAM. I represent the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. I come out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and I represent Commander Junior YAHANNA. Right now, we're out in the mean streets of Boston. You know what I'm saying? And I want my main man. What's your name, brother?
James.
I want my man James, and we're going to ask James a few questions that we already spoke about, really. But James got something he want to say to the people, and he has the absolute right to say something to the people. So, real quick, James, we're going to start lightly, okay? how do you feel about the Christmas spirit? Do you think that Christmas is beneficial for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians? Do you think it's beneficial?
Yeah, I do, and not only that, especially for the blacks, because they get less respect than the Indians do, and I am Indian. So what I'm trying to say is, their race gets disrespected. You go to college, us Indians can go for free. These guys can't.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, that's a very good point that you brought up. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna move on to the next question. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, like, there's a lot of racial going on in this world.
So when you say there's a lot of racism going on, explain. What do you mean there's a lot of racism going on? Explain that.
So, I see me being on the streets of Boston, right? I know the truth. I see the way people treat people. The most anybody ever respected me was the African American community. Facts.
Right.
I needed food, they were there. My own kind didn't care. You know, so it's showing respect.
Right. Let me ask you a question in regards to what you're just saying. I know that in Boston, especially, there's a South Boston community where there's a lot of Irish. Have the Irish community or the white community showed you any love at all? Have they done anything for you?
When you want a drink, you get one. That's about it.
Okay, so if you want to get drunk, they help you.
Yeah.
But if you want food, clothing, and shelter,
don't. So, like, when I was in Worcester, right? Long story short, the ones in the shelter, African American, number one.
Right.
And they actually helped me. You know, they give me clothes, they give me food. They actually told me how to get my stuff together, you know, and that was something that meant something.
Right. And that's good. I'm glad that it helped you out and it meant something to you. Understand? Now, let me ask you a question in regards to that. Now, do you feel that the immigrants, that the so-called immigrants that may have come from different social backgrounds, as far as the Hondurans and the Costa Ricans and the Venezuelans and the Mexicans and so on and so on, they're coming to America, they're seeking asylum, which means some type of protection from America from the political hardships that they face.
Love.
Should they get it, or should they go back to where they come from? What do you think?
Yeah, they do. They deserve love.
Right.
They deserve love, respect, and honesty.
And what makes you say that?
They're the most honest I know.
What makes you say that?
Because they're hard workers. They work. They want to work for money. They don't want to beg like I had to. They want to do something to help the community and build.
Right.
That I respect.
Right. Absolutely. I definitely respect
they don't
that.
have to sit there and beg for $1.
Say again?
They don't have to sit there and beg for $1 because he'll work for it.
Right.
So that's respect.
Right.
You know, and that's how I feel in my heart.
Right.
I really do.
Right. Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. You know what I'm saying? I can agree with that. This is the last question. How do you feel about World War III? Do you feel like World War III will come to America? And if it does come to America, are you prepared for it? And if so, how are you prepared for it? How are you prepared for it if it does come to America?
I'm not. None of us are. In China, they go to school for 7 days, every day of the week, right? They study. America has treated them, okay, like the little man. They didn't give a fuck about them. All right? Yeah, we beat them a couple times. World War III, they would wipe us out in a heartbeat. Think about that. You know why? They study, they know, and they know the smarts. So think about that. They study the streets, they help the people, and they do have a good community. And when I mean that, it's community. So they know what they're doing, and they're sick of being the little man. And I do respect what they're going through.
Right.
I do.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, thank you for your time, James. You know what I'm saying? We greatly appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I'm priest and officer of 5,000 YAHANNA. Of course, I represent the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This is my man, James. You know what I'm